Let's get one thing straight right from the start. Nobody wants to tell you that your own family might be sneaking around and dipping their hands into your finances. It sounds horrifying, doesn't it? After all, these are the people you trust, your children, grandchildren, or even a sibling or cousin. But the uncomfortable truth is that financial exploitation by family members is a shockingly common reality for older adults. Right now, I'm going to lay out 7 brutally honest secrets your adult children or other relatives might be plotting behind your back. And trust me, these revelations aren't pretty. But before you decide you've heard enough doom and gloom, remember, the reason I'm telling you all this is so you can protect yourself and also set firm boundaries. This isn't about hating your family or seeing them as monsters. It's about opening your eyes to the cold, hard facts so you don't become another statistic. According to the National Council on Aging, older Americans lose billions of dollars each year from financial abuse, and a large chunk of that is by family members. That's not to scare you, that's to wake you up. Nobody wants to face these realities, but it's better to see the warning signs than to live in blissful ignorance until your bank account is drained. So buckle up, because these 7 secrets are about to hit you like a punch in the gut. But guess what? Each one will come with a potential solution, so don't think this is all despair. Let's jump right in. First and foremost, secret number 1. They're claiming your memory is worse than it is. You might notice one of your relatives, perhaps your child or grandchild, making offhand remarks about how forgetful you've become. They'll say things like, "Oh, you wouldn't remember that, Mom," or "Dad, you never keep track of this stuff." They exaggerate your normal age-related lapses to justify taking control of your money. It starts small, maybe with an innocent offer to pay your bills so you don't have the hassle, but soon they're on your bank account. They have your passwords, and before you know it, they're moving money around. Or maybe they're just forging your signature on checks or using your debit card as they see fit. The solution? Document your financial transactions clearly. Keep receipts, note down who handles your bills, and if you sense you're being dismissed, speak up. Confront them firmly the moment you suspect they might be taking advantage of your so-called forgetfulness. And if you do struggle with memory issues, consider having a neutral third-party professional help with your finances, so no single adult child gains unchecked control. Comment: hard truth if you've ever felt like your forgetfulness was being used against you. Secret number 2, they're scaring you with the threat of nursing homes. Yes, that dreaded phrase. If you can't handle your own finances, we'll have to put you in a facility. You'd be amazed how often family members drop this little scare tactic to make you cave to their demands. They know most seniors will do practically anything to avoid going into a nursing home, so all they need is a subtle hint. If you don't let us manage your checking account, what if you can't keep track and eventually can't live independently? That's a low blow, but it happens. They manipulate your worst fear so they can keep control of your assets, or sell your house, or siphon off your pension. The solution here is to stare that fear in the face. Plan for your caregiving arrangements well ahead of time. Explore alternatives like assisted living communities, in-home care agencies, or setting up your home in a way that's safe for aging in place. If your family sees you confidently managing your long-term care plans, it's a lot harder for them to threaten you with forced institutionalization. And always remember, you have the right to say, "No, I can handle this," and if you need help, you can arrange it on your own terms. That brings me to secret 3. They're using guilt trips over your grandkids to influence your financial decisions. Everybody loves their grandkids, right? And maybe your adult children realize that you want to spoil those kids, or at least make sure they're provided for. They might say, "Hey, you don't want little Jimmy to go without braces, do you? Perhaps you could sign over some money from your annuity to help out." Or they get you to finance the grandkids' extracurriculars or college, but keep it vague about how much you're spending or where the money is really going. They might be funneling it to themselves without you even realizing it. Here's the reality check. Handing out money from a sense of guilt or emotional pressure is not healthy for anyone involved. You risk spoiling family members who see you as a piggy bank, and you can jeopardize your own financial stability. The solution is to set a clear budget for how much you can comfortably give if you decide to gift anything at all, and then enforce it. Have open, honest conversations about where your money's going. If they keep pressuring, stand firm. It may feel uncomfortable, but it's far better than quietly going broke because you felt guilty. Secret number 4, they're selling off your possessions without telling you. This can be as blatant as rummaging through your attic or garage, pulling out antiques, jewelry, or collectibles, and helping by decluttering, all while pocketing the proceeds of those sales. Maybe they say they're just tossing out junk, but in reality, they're listing your items online or selling them to antique shops behind your back. Don't think it can't happen to you. I've heard more than one story about adult children systematically stripping their parents' homes of valuables in the name of simplifying life for mom and dad. The solution is you've got to inventory your possessions. Make a list of any valuable or sentimental items and where they're located. Keep photographic evidence. Make it clear in writing that nothing is to be sold or discarded without your explicit approval. If it's a concern, you might even store especially valuable items in a safe deposit box or lock them away in a part of the house only you can access. And if you catch wind of something being removed without your permission, address it immediately, just like you would if a stranger stole your property. On to secret number 5. They're trying to get you to sign legal documents that transfer assets prematurely. This could be a power of attorney that has clauses giving them unfettered control, or even rewriting your will so they become the primary beneficiary. They might say, "This is just for your convenience. We just want to help you if there's an emergency." But you must read every word of any legal or financial document before you sign. The solution here is crucial. Never sign anything without having your own independent legal counsel look it over. Do not rely on a lawyer that your family member suggests, especially if you suspect any wrongdoing. Yes, it costs money to hire a lawyer, but it's worth it if it saves your entire estate. If your children or relatives push you to sign quickly, that's a giant neon red flag. Take your time, consult a professional, and only sign if you fully understand the implications. Comment, "Mariusz, your hard truth," if someone has ever tried to rush you to sign paperwork. Secret number 6. They're isolating you from outsiders who see what's going on. This is one of the sneakiest forms of abuse. They may discourage you from visiting your friends, they may intercept your mail, or they might even block your phone calls from certain people. Why? Because outside voices might say, "Hey, your checking account statements look strange," or "I noticed you've been selling a lot of your stuff. Is that really your choice?" The family member controlling your finances doesn't want you to have that kind of support. They want you relying on them, trusting only them. The solution is to stay connected. Keep in touch with friends, neighbors, social clubs, or faith communities if you have them. If your relatives are actively blocking your communication, that's a major red flag. Call Adult Protective Services or a trusted professional. You might feel like you're betraying your family, but remember that your safety and well-being come first. Breaking isolation is key to uncovering any suspicious activity happening around your finances. Lastly, secret number 7. They're counting on you being too embarrassed to ask for outside help. Because who wants to admit they're being taken advantage of by their own family? This is the dirty little advantage many exploiters rely upon: shame. They know you don't want people to gossip that your own loved ones are thieves. Or maybe you're worried you'll lose their affection if you accuse them of theft or manipulation. So you keep your mouth shut and let it continue, right? You pretend it's not happening because facing the truth hurts. Listen, you owe it to yourself to face reality, no matter how awkward it may be. The solution is to push past the embarrassment and confide in someone you trust: a lawyer, a counselor, a friend, or a financial advisor. If you suspect you're in trouble, speak up. The heartbreak of discovering a child or relative's betrayal might sting, but it's better than losing your home or your life savings while you keep quiet out of shame. Now that I've laid out these 7 uncomfortable secrets, you probably feel sick to your stomach or maybe even furious. That's good. Use that emotion as fuel to protect yourself. This is your wake-up call to step up your vigilance. Talk openly about your finances and put firm boundaries in place. You've worked your entire life to enjoy your senior years with some financial security, and nobody, especially your loved ones, has the right to take that from you. If you found these revelations jarring, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button so you can keep getting this no-nonsense advice about what's really going on behind closed doors in so many seniors' lives. Share this video with a friend who might be going through a similar situation. And if any of these scenarios hit closer to home than you'd like to admit, comment your hard truth down below. Because that's what we're here for, to blow the lid off those nice, polite lies that mask the brutal truth. In conclusion, remember these 7 points well. First, exaggerating your memory issues to control your money. Second, using the threat of nursing homes to keep you compliant. Third, guilt-tripping you over your grandkids' needs. Fourth, selling your possessions behind your back. Fifth, rushing you to sign suspicious legal documents. Sixth, isolating you from people who might notice the scam. And seventh, relying on your shame so you won't speak up. You should never be at the mercy of someone else's manipulations, least of all from the people who call you mom, dad, or grandma. So stand your ground, demand transparency, and if necessary, get outside help. This is your life and your resources we're talking about. Don't let the ones you love become the ones robbing you of your dignity, security, and peace of mind. Stay strong, stay informed, and never ever be afraid to fight for what's rightfully yours.